Coaching, particularly when used for development and performance management, can be a powerful approach. Coaching invites the team member to realize his or her potential by helping the person to identify the skills and competencies that are within and activating these to their fullest potential. An effective leader is able to coach the team member to increase self-awareness and grow their self-development capabilities, resulting in increasing the independence within the individual and reducing reliance. The GROW coaching framework is a well-established and proven methodology for coaching. G stands for goals, R stands for reality, O stands for options, and W stands for way forward. G. Notice the first letter in this framework, G, goals. You always want to try as much as possible to start with the end in mind. In the coaching conversation, try to identify what is the outcome this team member is looking for. Have the goals been clearly defined? Are the goals a specific key performance indicator? Try to be as specific as possible. Ideally, the goal should be measurable within a time frame. If the coaching session is regarding sales, perhaps the goals may be around specific revenue targets or a specific share of wallet outcome with a key client. If the coaching session is regarding a specific project, the goals may be focused around the project deliverables, which may include the completion of the project on time and on budget. Personal development goals may include learning a new skill set or getting a professional certification. It is important to make sure that the coachee has realistic and achievable goals. A great coach may also give additional motivation by asking, how would you feel if you were able to achieve these agreed upon goals? Once the goals are confirmed, the coach can then start the process of mutually appreciating the realities. R, realities, is where both the coachee and yourself take stock of the current situation. What is working well? What is not working? What are the current constraints? What do we know about the issues? A good coach would help the coachee deconstruct the challenges so that the coachee can better appreciate the barriers. Using open and clarifying questions, support the coachee to unpack the problem. The coaching conversation may naturally flow between goals and realities. Therefore, it is important to appreciate this dynamic process. Sometimes, after you understand the realities, you may want to go back and look at the goals again to see if it is necessary to adjust the goals so that they are achievable and realistic. O is options. This is the brainstorming part of the coaching conversation. The idea is to encourage the coachee to come up with as many options as possible on what may be suitable solutions. Very often, the coachee may ask, "Boss, what should I do?" And it is very tempting for you as the leader to immediately come up with the answer. In this case, this is directing, not coaching. In an effective coaching conversation, hold back your suggestions. First, encourage the coachee to come up with a few of his or her own ideas by asking exploratory questions. This important technique allows the coachee to take ownership of the solutioning process instead of relying on the supervisor for instructions. Don't criticize the various ideas, as that would immediately discourage the coachee. Build confidence by active listening, taking notes, and at the right moment, press a bit further with, "What other ideas do you think we can consider?" At the latter part of options, do share a few options for the coachee to consider. W is way forward. Once the coachee has laid out the various options, you now want to start formulating the action plan. What is the way forward? Here, ask the coachee, of all the options, which are the ones that would have the biggest impact or the highest chance of success? Ask, which are the low-hanging fruit that may provide some quick wins? Allow the coachee to prioritize the various options. Gauge how the coachee is thinking through the different ideas and encourage the coachee to reflect on the pros and the cons of each of the options. What may be additional considerations for each option may include the resources needed, such as a budget, time, expertise, or collaboration with other team members or departments. At the end of the coaching session, recap and get confirmation on when the next coaching session would be, as this provides a specific timeline to follow up on agreed action items. The principle and the ethos behind the GROW framework is to encourage the coachee to learn to think through the issues, to enable their own solutioning capabilities, and to provide positive reinforcement. Most of the time, you will be pleasantly surprised by the coachee's abilities to come up with their own ideas. In addition to following the GROW conversational structure, there are 5 techniques that can be used in the coaching session. Specifically, asking good questions, actively listening, summarizing, giving suggestions, and taking notes. Good coaching questions are usually open questions that invite the coachee to share more, self-reflect, and hopefully inspire the coachee to come up with their own possible solutions. Be mindful of asking the right questions at the right time. Active listening can be demonstrated by using positive body language, such as nodding, using encouraging words, and when appropriate, demonstrating empathy. Be intentional in summarizing along the way. Summarizing is a powerful way to demonstrate that you are fully engaged. Confirm what you understand by paraphrasing. Wait for the right moment to provide ideas. Usually this is after the coachee has already come up with a few possible options. And finally, taking notes not only allows you to document the dialogue, it shows the coachee that you care and you are committed in this partnership. In summary, the Grow Performance Coaching Conversation is a very powerful way to help your team member to think for themselves and come up with those solutions. As the old saying goes, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime.